The drama unfolded faster than anyone could have predicted. During a routine political panel discussion on a popular morning news show, Representative Jasmine Crockett was invited to speak alongside other guests about the current state of American politics and the lingering influence of the Trump family. While the discussion began with standard topics like economic policy and Supreme Court rulings, it quickly veered into controversial territory when the host mentioned Melania Trump's absence from the political spotlight. Jasmine Crockett, known for her sharp tongue and unapologetic tone, didn't hesitate to share her thoughts. She claimed that Melania had been strategically silent because of what she allegedly knew during Donald Trump's presidency. Then, in a shocking twist, Crockett stated she had evidence suggesting Melania was involved in certain classified communications that contradicted official White House accounts during Trump's final months in office. The studio fell silent for a moment, and then chaos erupted as anchors tried to steer the conversation back to safer ground. But the damage was done. Almost instantly, social media exploded. Clips of Crockett's statements spread like wildfire, with hashtags like Melanian Exposed and Crockett Truth trending within the hour. Crockett's team attempted to clarify her remarks, stating that she meant Melania was privy to important decisions, rather than involved in misconduct. But the internet wasn't interested in nuance. As the clip continued circulating, users began speculating wildly about what Melania might have known or done. The Trump family, always quick to respond to negative press, reportedly went into full damage control mode. According to insiders, Melania was furious and felt publicly humiliated by Crockett's comments. Barron Trump, now 18 and fiercely protective of his mother, was watching the segment live and allegedly became enraged. Sources close to the family say he immediately called their private legal team and then contacted local law enforcement, claiming defamation, public endangerment, and threats to national security. It was a stunning move that made headlines within minutes of the call being placed. News broke later that evening that Barron Trump had indeed made a formal report to the Palm Beach Police Department, prompting a round of confused statements from law enforcement. Spokesperson confirmed that a complaint had been filed, but refused to go into detail about its contents. Jasmine Crockett, upon hearing about Barron's actions, responded publicly during a press briefing outside her congressional office. "I'm not intimidated by legal theatrics," she said. "If anyone wants to dispute what I said, let them bring facts, not threats." Her supporters cheered her on, while conservative voices online accused her of targeting Melania for political gain. The bizarre escalation took yet another turn when a leaked recording from a security source hinted that Barron's call to the police included accusations that Crockett had access to stolen government materials. The Trump family did not confirm or deny this allegation, but issued a formal statement calling Crockett's remarks reckless, defamatory, and deeply disturbing. They hinted at further legal action, as the media frenzy intensified. Talk shows and podcasts dedicated entire segments to analyzing what had happened. Some praised Barron for standing up for his mother, while others criticized him for overstepping his bounds and weaponizing law enforcement in response to political commentary. Meanwhile, Melania remained silent, adding to the mystery. Jasmine Crockett continued appearing on news outlets, doubling down on her statements and vowing not to be silenced. "If a First Lady has knowledge of decisions that affect the American people," she said on a primetime show, "then the people have a right to know." Legal experts began debating the potential consequences of Barron's complaint. Many agreed that defamation claims from public figures are difficult to prove. The involvement of alleged classified information complicated the matter. Crockett's team insisted she had only referenced publicly available records and speculation, based on her time in office. Nonetheless, the case was now being reviewed by both Florida authorities and congressional ethics committees. The situation reached a boiling point when an anonymous whistleblower sent a tip to a Washington-based news outlet claiming that Barron had exaggerated his police report to trigger a federal review. The tipster alleged that the Trump family had planned a media trap, knowing Crockett's outspoken style would lead to a confrontation they could legally exploit. This claim added a new layer of intrigue, prompting journalists to dig deeper. Within days, reporters uncovered a series of internal memos exchanged between Crockett's office and intelligence staff regarding Melania's appearances at classified briefings. While these memos didn't prove misconduct, they confirmed that Melania had attended several more high-level meetings than was previously known. Crockett's defenders argued that this vindicated her statements. Meanwhile, Donald Trump made an appearance at a rally, accusing Crockett of slandering a beautiful woman and calling her unhinged. His supporters erupted in applause, but the controversy showed no signs of slowing down. In fact, it had taken on a life of its own. Back in Congress, several Republican lawmakers called for a formal censure of Crockett, accusing her of violating ethical boundaries and endangering national unity. Crockett, undeterred, took to the House floor and delivered a fiery speech defending her remarks. She argued that the Trump family's actions were an attack on free speech in an attempt to control public narrative through intimidation. "I will not apologize for holding the powerful accountable," she said. The chamber was split, applauded. Others walked out. Outside the political world, late-night comedians and pop culture commentators jumped into the fray. Memes portraying Barron as a furious son with a phone in one hand and a legal pad in the other flooded the internet. Some mocked him, others admired his loyalty. Meanwhile, questions about the actual content of Melania's briefings became a hot topic among investigative journalists. Crockett promised to release more documents if challenged legally, setting the stage for a potential court battle that could drag the Trump name back into official hearings. The Department of Justice, feeling the pressure of public scrutiny, announced it would review whether any breach of classified material had occurred in the Crockett-Melania controversy. Though the review was labeled as preliminary, the announcement alone created a media firestorm. Melania was photographed leaving a Manhattan hotel the next day with a visibly tense expression. While Barron remained out of sight, Jasmine Crockett gave another televised interview, this time revealing she had received anonymous threats since the incident, but insisted she wouldn't back down. "This is about more than Melania," she said. "It's about the right to speak truth to power without fear." Several advocacy groups rallied behind her, launching campaigns focused on media transparency and political accountability. Contrast, Trump loyalists started a counter-campaign demanding her resignation. The nation was watching, with each side framing the story as either a fight for truth or a vicious personal attack. At the center of it all was a phone call from a son trying to protect his mother, amid the growing media storm. An unexpected voice entered the conversation: Ivanka Trump. In an exclusive interview, she distanced herself from the situation, calling it unfortunate but expressing hope that the matter could be resolved with dignity. Her neutral tone contrasted sharply with her father and brother's aggressive defense of Melania. This move sparked rumors of internal disagreement within the Trump family, though no one confirmed such tension. Meanwhile, Barron's call to police continued to be dissected in the media. Legal analysts questioned the appropriateness of involving law enforcement over televised political commentary. Some argued it set a dangerous precedent where political disputes could be criminalized. Still, others felt it underscored the emotional toll public life has on political families. Jasmine Crockett maintained her stance, stating in a town hall, "We start criminalizing criticism, democracy is already dead." Her words resonated with younger voters and civil liberties advocates, turning her into a symbol of political defiance for some and recklessness for others. In a surprising twist, a Florida judge ordered a preliminary hearing to assess whether the complaint filed by Barron Trump held any legal merit. Both Crockett and the Trump family were asked to submit relevant materials. While not a trial, the hearing promised to reignite every angle of the controversy. Legal teams prepared for battle, and media outlets geared up for gavel coverage. Behind closed doors, Democratic strategists worried the spectacle might damage their messaging ahead of midterm elections. While Republicans hoped it would energize their base, Crockett, however, seemed energized by the attention. She continued, holding rallies and community events, presenting herself as a fighter unwilling to fold under pressure. Her team released a video montage of her most defiant moments, set to triumphant music, which quickly went viral. Meanwhile, Melania continued to remain absent from public appearances, adding to the mystique and speculation. Some began to question whether she would issue a statement at all or simply wait for the storm to pass in silence. As the scheduled court hearing neared, anticipation reached a fever pitch. Commentators framed it as more than just a legal dispute. It was a collision of two worlds